So most business owners think YouTube is about quality. I'm here to tell you that it is not. And obsessing over quality is actually destroying your growth and burning you out. Now, the good news is that there's a new YouTube script writing style blowing up right now, and I use it on my own channels, and it's pulled in consistent leads and sales for my business. So let me show you exactly how it works so you can copy and paste. But first, what is the scripting style that's blowing up on YouTube right now? Well, I've worked with many business owners, and the ones who use this style get more views and more sales, and I've seen this happen again and again. But first, let me explain with a quick example. So looking at someone like Charlie Morgan, you can see that his videos are super simple. It's just him, his webcam in the corner, and him talking about business. And his channel gets tons of views, and he's making over 7 figures per month in sales. But then you look at other creators with fancy editing, and they barely get any views. And I saw this happen over and over, and it made me stop and think. If production quality was the key to getting clients through YouTube, then the fancy videos would win every time, but they didn't. And I've come to realize that the only thing that matters for making sales on YouTube is if the content helps its viewers solve the problem effectively. And Charlie Morgan does that very well. So what should you take away from this lesson? Well, first, understand that there are only 2 main styles of videos. Option 1 is to make talking head style videos where the editing is done after the filming of the video. So that's what Alex Hormozi does. People like Iman Gadzhi do this as well. Option 2 is to make loom style videos where you record your screen with your webcam in the corner. And that's what I'm doing in this video, and this is what Charlie Morgan does. Now, both of these styles can work, and you see creators run successful businesses using both styles. People like Charlie Morgan and Alex Becker, they crush it with loom style videos, and then people like Iman Gadzhi and Alex Hormozi, they do well with the talking head style videos. I'll dive deeper into the pros and cons in a bit, but before we move on, if you want help systematizing your YouTube script writing process so you can get scripts written without you even touching a Google Doc, then click the link in the description to work with me on building the AI systems and building your writing team that produce high converting scripts for under $50 each. Now, earlier we talked about the 2 scripting styles that you can choose from, but there's something important that you need to understand. Now, most coaches and consultants on YouTube think that the secret to YouTube growth is making the perfect video, but that idea is what keeps most channels stuck. And I used to believe this myself, but when I completely flipped my strategy, my Luke Parlay channel, this one on the screen right now, blew up in under 2 months. As you can see, around this point, around June 10th is when we started this new strategy, and 2 months later is when we popped off, and we've had consistent views ever since then. But what is this strategy that I implemented? Well, let me tell you about an experiment I read about. So there was this ceramics class with 2 groups, and one group had to make 1 new piece every single day. I think they were making clay pots. And so one group made 1 every single day. And so at the end of the class, they made multiple pots. This other group had to spend a whole year on 1 single piece. So now it sounds like the group that made 1 piece would make a super awesome piece because they had a whole year to do it, right? Well, the other group were making 365 pieces. And so the group that made a new piece every day ended up making the best art. And the reason why was because they simply got more opportunities to practice the skill. And so here's how you can use this for your YouTube scripts. Just start posting more frequently. If you post once every 2 weeks, then just increase your amount to twice per week. You'll get faster at making videos over time, but also posting more gives you more data, so then you can learn from the data on what works faster as well. But there's also one common mistake that business owners make when following the volume approach, and that is where they just post blindly just to meet their upload schedule. And this just results in low quality videos, so you need to follow one rule. If you're posting so much that you don't even have time to improve, then slow down, because each video needs at least 1 improvement. Maybe you learn a new editing trick to improve your mic quality, or maybe you learn some new copywriting techniques. If you're making 1 improvement on every video, then that's how you make the 1% gains every single video. Over time, these stack up, and within a year, you will be so much better than when you first started. But I'm curious where you're at with this. How many videos per week are you realistically trying to hit right now? If you can leave a comment below this video just telling me your current upload schedule, that would be super awesome. I'm just curious because I want to make videos that are more helpful for you guys, so let me know in the comments. Now, why is it that some channels with under 5,000 subs are making hundreds of thousands of dollars while there's channels with millions of subs and they are completely broke? Well, let me explain this with a quick story because I made this mistake when starting out. Now, when I first started my YouTube channel, I saw this other channel called Nate Wealth, and he was blowing up out of nowhere. And his editing was super good. and they were super fast paced. So I thought that the secret to growing on YouTube was all about the retention tricks. And so I started looking for editors, and I paid editors a lot of money to make videos with tons of fast cuts and effects, but it did not help. My retention stayed the same, and some videos even got worse. I even had people complaining in the comments about the super fast-paced captions and the insane editing tricks. And this is the mistake a lot of business owners make as well. They see someone blow up and they think it's because of the editing, but it's just not true. Nate Wealth didn't grow because of the fast cuts. He grew because the value in his videos was strong. So I actually took a step back and I thought about the YouTubers that I watched myself, and all of them didn't have any editing actually. In fact, many of them were podcasts where I would just listen to the audio while at the gym or while doing chores around the house. And if you run a business, your best viewers are probably older and more mature, and they don't care about crazy edits. In fact, most of that fast-paced stuff just gives them a headache. So the real thing you need to focus on is the value you give, not the fancy effects. So how do you actually apply this in your videos? Well, first, get a good mic. That's the first thing. You want your audio to sound clean. Audio quality actually matters way more than the video quality. Second is, when it comes to the visuals, instead of fancy motion graphics, just replace them with simple slides. What we're optimizing for here is the viewer's learning experience, and a simple Canvas slide helps your viewers visualize what you're talking about just as well as a fancy motion graphic. Except the Canvas slide is way less expensive to produce. As you can see in my videos, I have a bunch of Canvas slides for different videos I worked on, and so you can do the same. Also, for those of you still watching the video, what's something that you want me to solve on this channel? I want to make these videos as helpful as possible, so just comment a topic below, something you're interested in, and I'll turn that into a video idea. But going back to talking head style videos versus loom style videos, which one should you choose if you're a business owner trying to make sales? Well, here's my opinion, and keep in mind this is just my opinion and what works for me. Your situation could be completely different, but to use a quick case study, hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing this, but I've worked on some scripts with Jordan here, and he has a B2B marketing agency. And he's very knowledgeable, by the way, so feel free to check him out if you're interested. But Jordan used to make talking head style videos where he would put a lot of effort into each video. As you can see down here at the bottom, he's using a talking head style with fancy motion graphic effects. But recently he switched to a super simple loom style video where he just records his screen and he freestyles on the spot. And his channel has taken off since. His views grew and the members of his school community grew as well. Because by switching to this easier recording style, there was less friction when it came to recording the videos, and he was able to post more consistently, which gave him more opportunities for a video to pop off in the algorithm. But when it comes to the style for you, what I recommend is just to pick one that's easier for you to get videos out more consistently, and I actually do both myself. For this channel that you're watching right now, I'm using the loom style video. But for my Luke Parlay channel, since it's an AI avatar and the videos get made from start to finish without me even looking at the videos, I actually use the talking head style format. So it depends on your workflow and what you prefer the most. But if you want help building a team that can make these videos for you, then check the link in the description. I'll show you how to set up the system so your scripts get made without you doing any of the work yourself. Now, warning, before you start creating these unstructured loom videos, you need to avoid this stupid mistake that will ruin your chances of getting any views or sales. So people watch these big creators like Alex Becker, and these guys freestyle and they get hundreds of thousands of views on their videos. And so many business owners, they copy it. They grab a mic, they start yapping with no plan, and they hope it works. But their videos have no structure at all. The thing no one sees is that these big creators like Charlie Morgan or Alex Becker, these guys can talk raw because they're great at it. They've done this for years. But for most people, myself included, if I tried to freestyle like that, the video would be terrible. Most people still need a script. In fact, this video that you're watching right now, the one I'm recording, I have the script on my phone right here, and I'm looking at it right now, and there's bullet points to guide me through the recording process. I try not to make it exactly word for word, because when I do that, then the videos will flow a bit awkwardly. When I do bullet points like this, there's a bit more flexibility for me to freestyle certain parts, and that helps me make the video sound more natural. But how you do this really depends on you. If you're good at freestyling in a structured way, then less bullet points is better. But if you're like me, where you go on tangents or you lose your train of thought, then I recommend writing your script nearly word for word. Now, earlier we talked about hiring writers to help you with the script writing process, but if you don't know how to outsource scripts the right way, you will waste a lot of time and money. So what's this video next? It will show you how to outsource your script writing process step by step. Click the video on the screen and I'll see you there.